In case you forgot where the power switch is, it's right there. And if you want to, you can turn the dial on the ozone generator to generate ozone while it's cutting, because the coolant gets kind of stinky. So here's what it's going to look like when you walk up to the mill. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4 different ops. They're all set in devices. They're ready to press go. Take a look at their orientations to see how they fit. Here's the parts that you have to do. There's parts that are already done. Use the sander with the Scotch-Brite wheel to deburr them as they come out of the machines. They'll come out 2 at a time. And of course you recognize the great big green button. Make sure the machine is in auto mode and that it's set to 100% rapid speed. The screen will probably look something like this. When you start it up, make sure to pull out the emergency stop and press reset like the machine tells you to do on the screen. After you do that, press 0 return and then the big green button. The slide will move off to the left, the spindle will move up. As soon as it's done, close the doors and press go. So the machine just got done with its cycle. Let's take a look. There's the parts we're going to take out right now. We're going to swap those over to here, these over there, and those over here. And we'll take 2 new ones off the table after we get all this stuff cleaned up. Unload all of the vices first. Then take out your finished parts. Just set them on the table. Then we'll blow these guys off, blow out the vise, and swap them. Notice how when we flip these, they'll go from being long ways in one vise to upside down and short ways in the next. When you swap these guys out, make sure to blow them off really good. They're going to go in this vise right here, upside down, with a little stripe to the left. The vise they came out of is full of chips. One good-sized chip stuck in the vise will break at least 2 tools in this setup. So make sure that you clean the vices out with the air real good. After you've blown off the vise and grab the next part, notice how we're going to flip it straight over and set it right down. And the same thing goes for cleaning the first vise. Blowing off the vices can be done real quickly. Just make sure it's done real thoroughly. Over here on the table, we've got all of our pieces waiting to be cut. Stacked 2 high and 5 deep. There's 20 in each row. They've all been prepped and are ready to go in the machine. So grab 2 of them and put 1 in each vise with the slot facing sideways. When you go to lock the vices down, make sure to pull the parts to the left and make sure they're sitting against the stop when you lock it down. Do both vices the same way. And for the last vise, make sure they're sitting flat and square and lock it down and give this one a little extra effort. And then tap. Saw how I tapped those? 2, 2, 2, and 2. 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2, and 2. Try to tap exactly where I pointed. Those are the points that need to make sure that they're fully seated. Once all the vices have been tapped down, close the door. You know what to do. press the great big go button. It makes a lot of noise and a little bit of sparks. It takes 20 minutes to run. How are we gonna finish these parts? Pretty simple. Scotch-Brite pad. Around the edge on the outside. Around the edge underneath. Flip it. Do the same thing. And then again. Also want to make sure you get this part right here. And right here. There tends to be a kind of a burr there. Sometimes there'll be a burr on one side of the hole. And sometimes around the edge of the tapped hole underneath or the corner.